Today on Inquirer, suspended Negros Oriental Representative Arnie Teves claims two powerful government officials have ordered to kill him. Communist Party of the Philippines says top leaders Benito Tiamzon and Wilma Austria Tiamzon, together with 8 other members, were killed by the armed forces of the Philippines. Telcos reiterate the need to extend April 26 SIM card registration deadline. And Filipinos witness partial solar eclipse from different parts of the country. Good evening. Suspended Negros Oriental Representative Arnie Teves claims that two powerful government officials have ordered to kill him. To tell us more, here's Jean Mangaluz reporting live. Jean?
Neil embattled Negros Oriental Representative Arnolfo Teves Jr. claims that two high-ranking government officials plotted to have him killed. This comes after Teves has repeatedly said that he would not go back to the Philippines to face the accusations hurled against him in connection with the Pamplona massacre and the killing of Negros Oriental Governor Roel de Gamo. In an interview with the news station, Teves reveals that two government officials gave direct orders to have him killed. He, however, did not name them or specify if these government officials were elected or not, out of fear of a libel case. But he said that they were not political rivals. According to Teves, the unnamed officials have made the mistake of directly giving the order to kill him, as he has connections to find out. He even claimed that the instructions to raid his house and allegedly plant evidence came directly from these officials. According to Teves, they instructed agents to shoot him inside his house and say that he just fought back. The congressman said that these officials threatened his life because they want to monopolize the e-sabong business in their area. The lawmaker claimed that the officials had a gambling business that failed and that they're blaming him. However, Teves reiterated that he no longer owns such a business. Despite multiple calls for him to come home, including from President Marcos Jr. himself, Teves has refused to go back to the Philippines out of fear of his life. That's it from me, Neil. Back to you.
Jean, so as we stand right now, Congressman Teves remains firm that he does not want to go home over concerns for his security and so on. So how does he intend to proceed or respond to the allegations made against him? Is he going to continue responding through these media interviews? Is he ever going to physically face our lawmakers conducting investigation right now, or our authorities are conducting their own investigation right now?
Well, Neil, we've seen that he does actually want to attend these Senate hearings, but he said that he'll consider going back to the Philippines if he sees that there will be a fair and due process. However, he reiterated that the threat on his life is barring him from his return, despite the assurance of his safety. The congressman said that he's not afraid to be in prison, but he is afraid to die. He said that he's ready to continue enduring his present circumstances to protect his life.
That's Jean Mangaluz reporting live. A partial solar eclipse was visible from the country from Thursday morning to early afternoon, according to the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration. Pag-asa says the eclipse was visible in the country from 11:44 a.m. to 2:04 p.m. The eclipse in the Philippines hit its maximum obscuration at 12:55 p.m. Manila witnessed an obscuration of 23.7%. According to Pag-asa, the partial eclipse is the result of a rare hybrid solar eclipse that was observed from Western Australia, East Timor, and Eastern Indonesia. The last two partial solar eclipses to be visible in the Philippine skies were observed last December 26, 2019 and June 21, 2020 in Manila. Pag-asa predicts that the next total solar eclipse in the Philippines will take place in exactly 19 years on April 20, 2042. Manila will witness a partial solar eclipse with 94.3% obscuration, while Boracay will observe a total solar eclipse. President Bongbong Marcos rules out the occurrence of a rice crisis in the country in the coming lean months, despite the warning of a farmers group. The Federation of Free Farmers earlier warned that the country could experience a deficiency in the supply of rice during the lean months of July to September, which would be a repeat of the problem 5 years ago. While Marcos says that supply may decrease, he expects no rice crisis.
There is a chance na ninipis talaga yung supply because nga magkasabay-sabayan. So we are watching and waiting to see what the production levels are going to be after the last planting season, for the upcoming harvest.
Marcos says that the supply of rice will be sufficient once farmers harvest their crop. He, however, admits that there may be a need to import rice.
But all things remaining equal, we have enough supply, and that will be able to keep the prices stable. This is in the dry part where we are waiting for the last planting to be harvested. So yun ang tinitignan natin. We may have to import. We're keeping that option open.
Next on Inquirer today, telcos reiterate the need to extend the April 26 SIM card registration deadline. Communist Party of the Philippines says top leaders Benito Tiamzon and Wilma Austria Tiamzon, together with 8 other members, were killed by the armed forces of the Philippines. And Moonbin, a member of K-pop group Astro, dies at the age of 25. This is Inquirer Today. We'll be back shortly.
1, 2, 3.
A giant camera?
I'm Jovel Lorenzo. I'm a professional photographer. I'm 52 years old. Gumagamit ako ng street box camera. Nagkasayaw ako. Hot legs ako before. Tapos, nagdumami ng mga shows namin. Tapos, one time, sa sobrang hilig ko sa sayaw talaga, nagkasakit ako. Nag-mild stroke ako.
In order for Jovel to recover, he was prohibited from dancing for a year until a new opportunity presented itself.
Buti lang, medyo bata-bata pa ako noong time na yun. So, nakarecover naman ako. Pero nung na-stroke ako, hindi ako pwede magsayaw ng 1 year. So, pinag-aral ako ng isang kapatid ko na sabi ko, Jebel, may nagkaklase ng photography sa Mowel Fund. Sumasama ako doon sa Hot Legs pare, pero hindi ako nagsasayaw, nanonood lang ako ng shows nila. Habang nanonood ako shows nila, practice ako ng photography. Sinushoot ko sila, yung mga guests nila, sinushoot ko. Tapos yun ang pambayad ko ng film. Yun ang ginagawa ko para matuto ako mag-practice ko yung photography ko. Yun, tapos tuloy-tuloy na yun. Hanggang sa naging magazine photographer na ako, nagkasayaw pa rin, tapos magazine. Tapos hanggang sa nawala na yung sayaw, nagmamagazine na talaga. Naging photographer na ako full-time. Until now, nag-shoot pa rin ako sa magazine hanggang ngayon.
When the pandemic hit in 2020, Jovel got into box cameras.
Ngayon ko lang nalaman yung street box camera, kung paano siya gamitin. So nakita ko lang siya sa website or sa YouTube. Habang nanonood ako, nakita ko lang siya. So parang na-interesado ako kung paano nila ginagawa. Parang, maganda. Parang maganda yung process kung paano nila ginagawa yung image. During that time, pandemic naman, yung time na yun. So, wala kang ginagawa. Try akong gumawa ng camera nang nakita ko sa net. So, parang, okay to parang bago. Kasi hindi ko pa ginagawa. Kasi unti-unti ko siya nagawa ko yung box with all of the yung mga component niya, yung basa-basa. Inartehan ko pa, ilalabas ko yung picture sa gilid para para ganun. Pag inisip ko na, yung ginawa ko doon, inisip ko na pwedeng i-offer pag nawala na yung pandemic. Pwede ko offer sa tao para may trabaho pa ako.
Jovel went to Batangas during the height of the pandemic and thought of a way to practice using his box camera. He started to work on his project called the 14-Day Quarantine Series, where he would take portraits of people in their everyday lives using his box camera. The street box camera was invented in 1888 and was widely used after the First World War. Compared to digital cameras we use nowadays, the process of taking a photo on a street box camera is quite different.
Kuha ng box, diba? Box. Ginagawa ko una, yung sitters, paupuin ko ng komportable, kailangan komportable sila. Kasi hindi sila gagalaw ng ilang seconds eh. Kasi pag nagbago sila ng pwesto, wala ka na. Hindi naman sila makukuha ng maayos. Hindi, pag nakaupo na sila komportable, pupunta na ako sa likod ng camera. Ayusin ko na yung frame. I-focus mo na. Pag lock mo ganon, isasara ko na yung pinto, i-close ko na yung lente, kasi nga, open pa ako nun. Tapos, ipapasok ko na yung kamay ko sa loob, kuha ko ng papel, ilagay ko sa loob, isasara ko, babalik ko sa focus. Tapos, pupunta ko sa unahan, eto na, kukuha na kita. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1,001. Pak. Kuha na yun siya.
Minutes after taking a photo, you will be able to see what it looks like. The initial output is a negative photo processed with chemicals right inside the camera. The negative is then brought to a dark room for Jovel to develop into a positive image.
Nagustuhan naman ng mga tao. Gustuhan nila yung, dati parang hindi na alam kung paano nga kung ginagawa yung mga bagay-bagay. Doon sila na nababother ko, paano po ginawa? Kasi nga ang film, disiplina talaga yon. Pagka nag-shoot ka, kailangan perfect na talaga. Yung framing mo, kailangan eksakto na, eksakto sa requirements ng gagamit. Kailangan ang pag-aaral lang sa mga bata na gustong yung ginagawa ko. Pag-aaralan nila, unti-unti, huwag sila jump na. Babasahin mo rin yung paggalaw ng tao, parang gano'n. Kung anong ngiti nila, kung saan sila maganda, parang gano'n. Titingnan mo pa rin. Kung saan sila maganda, doon po sila activity-kan. Ang discipline ng ginagawa ko sa akin sarili, isa camera pa lang, i-perfect mo na.
Telecommunication companies Globe Telecom and Smart Communications on Thursday reiterate the need to extend April 26 SIM card registration deadline. This comes after the Department of Information and Communications Technology on Wednesday announced that there would be no extension of the SIM card registration deadline. In a statement, Smart Group Head for Corporate Communications Kathy Yang says other countries had 1 to 2 years to comply, while the Philippines only has 121 days. Yang says an extension would give more time for subscribers to obtain valid IDs or other proof to register their SIM. Meanwhile, Globe asks the government to allow the use of alternative forms of identification, saying that many users lack valid IDs, preventing them from completing their registration. While Globe reiterates its call for the DICT to extend the SIM registration deadline, Globe Group President and CEO Ernest Koo encourages its subscribers to register their SIM cards before April 26 to maintain uninterrupted services. Smart reports 36.5 million registered SIM card users as of April 18, while almost 33.1 million Globe subscribers have completed their SIM registration as of April 20. The Communist Party of the Philippines says top leaders Benito Tiamzon and Wilma Austria Tiamzon, together with 8 other members, were killed by the armed forces of the Philippines. In a statement, CPP Chief Communication Officer Marco Valbuena says the 10 revolutionaries were captured in Samar Province on August 21, 2022. At the time of their capture, they were reportedly unarmed. The CPP claims that the Tiamzon couple were severely beaten by their captors. The party also disputes the AFP's previous report that suspected that the Tiamzons were killed in a boat explosion in August last year. Authorities earlier reported that a boat exploded following a clash between soldiers and a group of suspected New People's Army members. But according to the CPP, the already lifeless bodies of the Tiamzons and their group were dumped on a motorboat and subsequently detonated. The Tiamzons had been on the party's peace talks panel with the government. They had also been previously convicted of kidnapping and illegal detention of 4 government troopers. INQUIRER.net has reached out to the AFP for a comment but has yet to receive a response. Moonbin, a member of the K-pop boy group Astro, has died at the age of 25. Moonbin's label confirms his death on Thursday in an official statement conveys the wishes of Moonbin's family for the funeral to be done in private. In an official statement to Korean media, the agency says that Astro's Jingjin and Sanha are currently looking over Moonbin's wake, while MJ urgently received an approval to be on leave from his mandatory military service. Cha Eun-woo, who is said to be one of Moonbin's closest friends, returns to South Korea from the United States after attending the Coachella Music Festival in California. Born a Moonbin, the singer debuted as the main dancer, center, and lead vocalist of Astro in February 2016. He was also part of the boy group's first subunit, Moonbin and Sanha, in September 2020. Moonbin's final public appearances include the Manila leg of the subunit's diffusion tour in March 2023. Alamin naman natin ang mainit na balita sa mundo ng showbiz kasama si Pauline Del Rosario ng Bandera. Pauline?
Hello Neil at sa mga kabandera natin all over the universe. Heto ang latest chika. Ready nang magkaroon ng apo ang TV host actress na si Carla Estrada sa magiging anak ng celebrity couple na sina Catherine Bernardo at Daniel Padilla. Yan ang proud na sinabi ni Carla sa Showbiz Press nang matanong tungkol sa mga ganap sa buhay ni Kat at DJ. Ayon pa sa TV host, okay lang kahit ilan pa ang maging apo niya sa Katniel. Sabi pa niya, mas marami, mas masaya, at willing daw siyang alagaan ang mga ito. Pakiramdam din daw ni Carla na gusto nang magpakasal ni Daniel. Gayunpaman, ang Katniel pa rin daw ang magdedesisyon kung ano ang gusto nilang mangyari sa kanilang buhay. Nilinaw din ni Carla ang mga chismis na nagkaroon ng secret marriage ang Katniel sa ibang bansa. Say pa nga ng TV host actress, wala namang kumukontra sa pagmamahala ng dalawa kaya walang dahilan para isikreto ito. Samantala, magkakaroon ng bagong show si Carla sa darating na Mayo. Siya ang magiging host ng bagong bersyon ng Face to Face kasama ang komedyanteng si Alex Calleja. At yan, ang latest bandera chika natin for today. Thank you, Neil.
Maraming salamat, Pauline. And these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Catch Inquirer Today live weekdays at 6 p.m. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good evening.